Hey guys, welcome back to Bride Society. This week we're showing you a Cricut tutorial on how to make these door hangers. So if you're having a wedding where you're at a hotel or something and you want to welcome your guests, making them this unique sign. So in today's tutorial, it's totally suitable for all levels. I'm showing you how to use the foiling tool to create this effect, as well as the debossing tool. Okay, so there's both techniques in today's tutorial. Timestamps are in the description box below if you want to skip ahead to one particular part, if you're not so interested in one of the techniques or the other. And I will show you how to make this. So here's what you need. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make my design inside Cricut Design Space. But if you're not interested in this stage, the timestamps for the next steps are in the description box below. So first up, you need to insert your door hanger image. So to do that, you will need to come over to upload and insert your image from there. As you can see, I've already done. I've created a blank one over here to show you how I'm going to do it. So if you're interested in my dimensions, as you can see there when I've clicked in it, I'm at 3.1 by 8 inches. You can alter your dimensions either by using these two arrows and dragging, or equally you can come up here to the top where it says size and you can make these adjustments. If you want to change the ratio of the adjustments, you just need to unlock this padlock here or down here and you'll be able to change the ratios and then lock it back up. Okay. So you've got your base shape. So we're now going to create the text and what you want inside. So with this, which is a bit different, I'm going to use my foiling tool to create the text and my debossing tool to create the leaf shape. So there's two different techniques and things going on with this tutorial. So I'm going to start off by inserting my text. So I'm going to show you how to do this welcome. Hit text over on this left-hand pane, which brings up a text box. You simply type in whatever word it is you want. Obviously mine was welcome. And as you can see, it has brought it up there. You can now drag this into place, and as I said before, you can resize. Now I want to change my font, and to do that, you're going to come up here to the top left where it says font, click the drop down arrow, and it brings up all the fonts that Cricut has. I don't subscribe to Cricut Access. If you do, you'll have a lot more fonts that you can get for free. I don't do that. So up at the top here, if you're with me, you want to switch to where it says system. So that will filter all the fonts by what's already inside your system. Okay, and for the welcome sign, I'm going to have the font called DIN Condensed. As you can see, it's come up there. You just simply select it and it will change the font, as you can see there. Then, because as I say, I'm going to use my foiling tool to create this, if you're also doing that, you're going to come up here to the top left-hand corner again where it says operation. Currently, it will likely say basic cut. We don't want to cut it, we want to foil. So you come down here to foil, and then you're going to select the width of which you want that foiling to transfer. So fine, medium, or bold. I'm going to pick medium. So as you can see there, it's changed it to the outline, and that's what it will transfer on to your door hanger. So now I'm just going to resize that again to whatever I want. You pick whatever you would like. And you repeat these same steps for the rest of the text. So again, inserting your word, changing the font, changing to foiling. This time I'm selecting bold and resize. So I've now created all my text that I want to use my foiling tool for and set it to the various thicknesses that I want the foil to transfer with. You do want to leave your outer shape, so your door hanger shape, as basic cut so that it does cut that later on so you have the whole shape. Next, I'm going to show you how to create the debossing effect. Again, if you're not interested in this stage, just refer to the timestamps in the description box below and you can skip right ahead. So again, to get whatever shape it is you're wanting to insert, come into Upload, select it, insert it, and it will pop up here. I've obviously already got mine here, so I'm just going to copy and paste mine. Okay. So as before, it doesn't matter how it dumps it into your canvas. You can turn it round, you can position it, so you can position it however you wish. See, I want it this way around. Move it into your design however you like. And you want to make sure that when you come up here, as you see, mine's already set, but you want the deboss section. So as standard, it'll probably be set to basic cut. Change to deboss. So now it knows to change that when you come to the make it stage. Note that mine is sitting over the edge of my design. This really doesn't matter because whilst the debossing will go over the edge, the cut is the final stage, so it will just cut that off and it will just be in the waste on the sides. So don't worry about this all having to be neat and tidy in that way. So if you want to create a design for the back of your door hanger, for things like this in the basic shape, all you need to do is select the box and come up to the top where it says flip, find the drop down and whichever one you need, and it will turn it around like that. So now I've got the image for the back should I want it. Okay. Obviously right now I'm just creating the front, so I'm just going to undo that. But that same thing would apply for doing the door hanger shape itself. We're now going to move into the final stages of making it. So I'm just going to delete out this design that I've been showing you guys with. Okay, and because I'm going to just do the front of my design for now, I'm going to hide my reverse design. Okay, so we're just left with the front side for now. So the reverse is still sat there, I've just hidden it so I can bring it back later. So everything positions itself as I've got it here and it doesn't just separate it all out on the mat and the next when we hit make it. We need to group and attach all of our elements. So I'm just going to click with my mouse and drag over all of the elements. And then over here you can see it's highlighted everything that's involved. At the top here it says group, you're going to just select that. And then at the bottom here you're going to choose attach. So if you're happy with everything as you see it, you're going to come up to the top right hand corner and hit make it. So Design Space has now loaded your design on to your sort of virtual mat. It should all be in position as you've designed it. So if not, you've just simply forgotten to group everything together and hit attach at the bottom. So you can just hop back and complete that stage if it's not looking like this. Decide if you're happy with how everything looks here. Sometimes it looks a little different once you put it on to this stage. So I have gone back and I've decided that I'm going to make the welcome in bold and these lines in medium for the foiling process instead, in case you want to make that change with me. So you can move this design around on this screen. I once thought it was just sort of a print preview and you couldn't do that and I got really confused. So top tip to know that. Position it where you actually want it to cut once it's on your mat. And you'll see a very fine red line running around the outside. It's just giving you a bit of a border to say, don't try and cut your design this close to the edge. Okay, so you may want to move it even further inside like I have, or you can push up to that red line. Once you're happy with where you've positioned this for your cut, you'll notice over here it's lined up the different stages. So it's going to start with the debossing element, which is your fern leaf. So we're going to start there. Again, if you're just here for the foiling technique, check out the timestamp below to skip ahead to that part. So, debossing. We're going to hit continue. Make sure your machine is attached, switched on and connected at this stage. Select your base material. So I'm using craft board. If you're using something else, come over to Browse All Materials and select from that drop-down list. If you're using craft board like me, go ahead and stick that to your light grip mat. If you're using a different base material, refer to the Cricut website and it will help you decide which of your mats is appropriate to use for that material. Once you've done that, you need to load your deboss tool into clamp B. So that will be the one that has a little 21 engraved onto the tip, because I appreciate a lot of the tips all look quite similar and it's quite confusing, but that should help you identify it. So go ahead and load your material into your machine on your light grip mat. Just make sure that you feed it under these little guides on either side, and then you will just press the flashing arrow button to feed it into the machine, making sure that the star rollers are all the way over to one side throughout this process, so it doesn't press into the material or cause any defects on the material that you don't want in this process. Once you've done that, you're going to hit the flashing C Cricut logo to start the process. Once the debossing is complete, you'll see on your screen that it pops up to say that the next stage is to load the foil transfer tool with the medium tip. Obviously adapt to whichever line that you've picked. So I'm going to remove the debossing tip and insert my foiling tool. If you need to change which tip you've got in, simply eject. And as you can see, I've got the one with the 2 lines, which means medium. So as you can see on your screen, it says important, do not unload the mat. Now you need to put your foil on to this mat, which makes it a little tricky when it's just balancing there like this. If you can do it this way, it is the better way to do it. There is another way around it, which involves just cancelling your cut, going back to the mat, hiding the fern leaf image from your design, like we did with the reverse of the design, and that will remove it from view, and then it will jump ahead to this next stage of the foiling so you can proceed. So that is a way around it, but if you can just get it on the mat here, go ahead. So I'm going to use this gold foil. You need to place it onto your material where you need it to transfer. You're going to place it colour side up, so the side you end up wanting to see on your design. So the backing, the silvery side to my gold, is going face down. You're then going to use the tape it came with to tape down the foil on every side and making sure it's taut to the surface of your craft board or whatever it is you're using. Cut it down to size if you need to for your design, but make sure that this foil isn't touching the sticky part of the mat itself, because it will cause it to transfer to the mat and you'll probably never get it off. So it does need to only touch the material that you're going to transfer onto. Make sure all 4 sides are securely taped down, and make sure that the tape doesn't cover any of the area that you want transferring. Once you've done that, you can press the C Cricut logo to continue with your project. Once this stage is complete, if like me for the final stage, the instructions on your screen tell you to switch your transfer tool to the bold tip, which is the one with 3 lines, you need to go ahead and do that now. Again, just press the C Cricut logo that's flashing to complete your project. to carefully peel away the gold foil from your project, again whilst the mat is still loaded into the machine, because you still have one final stage to complete, which is the final cut. So for this final step, you're going to want to load in your fine point blade. So this is this very, very tiny blade here. So just pop out the existing transfer tool and, as before, just load in this fine point blade for the very last step. And finally, press the C flashing Cricut logo. To remove your design from your mat without causing it to warp, you want to turn the mat over and peel it away. Repeat those exact same steps for the back of your design. And simply glue them together. And that's it, you're all done. If you like more content like this, please give the video a like and hit subscribe. And if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments below.